Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of The Vobe Show. This is the alternative channel to The Richard Vobe Show because, unfortunately, The Richard Vobe Show seems to have caused a bit of another slap wrist for the old Vobie there. So I'm off, I think, for another week, possibly 2 weeks, who knows. We'll soon see. But in the meantime, of course, the shows will continue over here. So thank you so much for subscribing and being part of it. As you can tell, I've got a little bit more of my energy back, and now I've got my voice, which is pretty much back. Not quite, but nearly there. Good enough. Now, today, I want to share something that I've been experimenting with. Of course, you know that we've all been looking for a lawful remedy to various things, and we all know that there is money. There is money held on our birth certificates, is there not? That we've all been bonded. We are the stock, apparently. We are the stock that's been floated up on the stock market, and we've been moved about and sold and bought, and people are making, certain people are making millions on the back of us, the fact that we have sweat equity and that we're forced to go to work and pay taxes and all of that kind of nonsense. However, we can make use of this, and I had cause to experiment with it, and I can now tell you it works. It bloody works, ladies and gentlemen. I want to share that with you because I've been doing these little tests, and I wanted to share it with you when I knew it worked, and now I do. So let me just tell you the story. I want to tell you a story. So what happened was some months ago now, my water company emailed me. No, they wrote to me. They wrote to me in a letter, and they said to me, there's been a breach, a data breach. Nothing to worry about, but some of your data has been stolen, but isn't nothing to worry about. We're going to fix it. And I thought to myself, what do you mean there's nothing to worry about? You've got data about me, and it's been stolen. It could be used for fraudulent purposes. I'm not sure I'm very happy about that. What do you mean? And so I thought to myself, let me think. I pay by direct debit for my water, like a lot of people would do. It's their preferred method, is it not, after all? And I thought to myself, I think I would rather pay on a monthly basis where I write the check when I'm good and ready. And so you're not actually going to be having my data. And what kind of data would they have? And I worked out, of course, they must have my bank details, they'd have my name, my address, potentially my date of birth, all these sort of stuff that fraudulent people might find useful. So I thought, right, I shut off the direct debit, wrote to the bank, said to the bank, no thank you, turn that direct debit off. Well, within 3 days, I got a bit of paper from my water company going, well, I notice you turned off your direct debit. You owe us now the whole year in one lump. And I thought, right, okay, do you know what? I'll pay it, but I'll pay it with my Sesticave trust. Pardon? No, I'm not going to pay it out of my own private funds. Something to do with me. You're a utility. I'm going to pay it out of my Sesticave trust. How is that possible, you might say? Well, it is possible because you can do this. You can do this. So I got the billy-do that came in because it was a bill, and I said, I'll accept this bill, this offer as money, as pound sterling, and now you take it back and settle the account. And I signed it in a specific way. We'll have a look at that in a second. And I sent it off to them, and I never heard anything. For months and months, I never heard anything. And then, only yesterday, when I opened the door, there was some post, and it was another bill from the water company. But it was a fresh bill. They had accepted the previous payment, the settling of the account, and now I had a fresh one for a lot less, and for just the 1 month or 2 months, whatever it was, 3 months I think it was. And I thought, well, I'm blowed. It bloody well worked, and I will do the same on this. And I should probably do the same with my electricity and all other bills. And to be honest with you, I am experimenting with a number of other bills, and I'm waiting to see if they work. And I won't say anything if they until they do, until they work. And I can categorically say to you, this works. Now, your water company may be different to my water company and may not accept it. I'm not saying this is a cast iron thing, but I settled the account out of my Sesticave trust. That's how it is. How is that possible? Let's have a quick look, because some months ago I interviewed a chap from Australia called Mike Holt, and he was talking about common law, and one of his websites shows you exactly how to do it. You may already do this yourself, but if you're somebody who is worried about the bills coming in and you've got too much money going out and you think, well, actually it shouldn't come out of my private account, why not pay it out of your Sestakave trust, which there's millions sitting there? You could just settle the account. You're in credit, you see? You're in credit anyway. So let's see how this works. Here is the website, and I will leave a link in the description. This is pay government and corporate bills with the Sestakave Trust, which I always manage to mispronounce. Make it public knowledge in the workplace. We are actively proving every day using the bills of exchange, and this is how it works. No one needs to pay using your private personal savings out of pocket. Every bill received is in the capital name trust, where we all have hundreds of millions of dollars available, but hidden from us by the CEOs of banks, insurance companies, the government, and so on and so forth. So then it tells you what the Sestakave Trust is, but never mind all that. The key takeaways is that the French, the Sestakave, means he who lives. The legal term describes the person who is the beneficiary and has the rights to property in an estate. Sestakave is often used today in life and health insurance policies, where instead of the beneficiary, it refers to the insured. Anyway, never mind, you can read all of that. The point is you can pay it off. So what did I do? Here is an example. Let's have a look. The bill comes in. Now, if the bill has, as you can see down the bottom here, a barcode, and often it'll come in as a gyro, as it did with mine, and it has a barcode, that is the number that accesses the Sestakave Trust, you see, so I'm told. And what you do is you write on it in blue here, as you can see. So in other words, it says this bill offer is accepted as money. For the, in this case, dollar amount, I put pound sterling, shown here. And an arrow goes to the amount that they're asking for. In this case, it's some 5,000, what is it, 864 pounds. Now take it back and use the remittance to settle the account. Then you sign yours honourably, because you want to be honourable, the equitable beneficial named estate trust title holder, and you sign and you say without prejudice. Now that may look a bit scruffy there, but that is actually what you send back, and the words on the page is here. I'll send you the link, don't panic. This bill stroke offer is accepted as money for the, in our case, pound sterling amount shown here, arrow to the amount. Now take it back and use it as remittance and settle the accounts. Yours honourably, and you put your first, middle and surname. Equitable beneficiary, named estate trust title holder. You sign, you put not the trustee, and you put the date without prejudice. And it works. It worked for me. There's no reason why it shouldn't work for you. And the website has lots of other things. It talks about promissory notes and other bits and pieces, which will be very useful, I am sure, for you, my lovely, gentle viewer. And I'm sorry this isn't on the other channel, on the big channel, because I'd love everybody to know this, that you can settle these accounts. So I shall try this with the electricity company. Now, there may be people who've tried this, and some companies will say, oh, I can't possibly accept this. This is part of the Bills of Exchange Act 1882, as I understand it. And it all comes to, and it becomes, when you sign it, you see, you're not paying. You've got to get this right into your head. You're not paying, you are settling the account, because you're already in credit. You are already in credit. And what happens normally is you get these little gyros, you know, these things, and it says pay whatever it is, and you look at it and you go, oh, I've got to put, and you write a check, or you send the cash, or you take it to the post office and pay it there, and what have you. Well, actually what happens is you're paying twice, because the company, the water company in my case, would already be taking that money from your Sestakave Trust, and then you paying them a second time. So don't pay them out your private funds. Don't let them get away with it, for goodness sake. Now I've learnt this. My God, after 60 bloody years, we could have been doing this. We don't need all these utility bills. We can just pay it out of the trust. We never set up the trust, bear in mind, we never set up the trust, but we are the beneficial title holder of the trust. We've been talking about this on the channel, on the other channel, for some time. But you can pay your bills this way. What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? All you do is you write on it in a blue pen. You send it back. Take a photograph as evidence that you have done that, and so that you can prove it. Send it by registered post, so that they know that you've got a record of sending it. Because ultimately, if they come back and say we won't accept it, this is when you sign it, it's become a financial instrument. Your signature is what makes it money. This is what people don't really seem to understand. It's your signature is what makes that money. Same with the mortgage. The minute that you sign that mortgage agreement, you have created, let's say you've gone into the bank and you've said, please can I borrow £500,000 for this lovely house? And they look at your credit and what have you, and they say, yeah, okay then. And they give you a piece of paper with words on it, and they say, just sign here and sign there, and then we can give you the money. Well, actually, what's happened is you've just created the money. You created the money with your signature. And in fact, what you've done is you've deposited the money into your account. They put the numbers in, but you have just created the money and deposited it into your bank account. They then pretend they're loaning you the money and then ask you to pay your own money back to them with interest over 20, 30 years. It's a scam. It is a scam, the mortgage thing. Anyway, you know about that, I'm sure. So I would certainly challenge them and say, I've just created you £500,000. In fact, I'm going to charge you. I am going to charge you. Now, you should do it that way. But anyway, that's off the point. The point is, look at this document, this website. You can pay off your bills. Now, some of them won't say, oh, I don't accept this. When you say, well, it's a financial instrument, you could take them to court, because the thing is, ultimately, it's a promissory note. And ultimately, you would have to go, the courts would have to go against precedent. Lord Denning said that all cash, promissory notes rather, should be treated as cash. That is in law. They cannot take you cannot dispute that this financial instrument is a financial instrument. They won't have it in court because the whole thing would come tumbling down, because then it would be a question of whether this financial instrument is as valid as this financial instrument that you have in your pocket called a promissory note, which looks like this. Because if that is then deemed not to be worth anything, which of course it's not worth anything, it's just what we believe it to be, then of course the whole system will come tumbling down. Check it out. Good luck. Let me know how you get on, and if you've already been doing this, I would love to know. Until the next time, thank you for watching.